Hello and welcome. Since this is an introductory module toward the beginning of your learning, I know you may be wondering if the content here is relevant to you. You may be thinking of completing every second of this module or considering skimming through the content or even just handpicking topics that interest you. All those approaches are okay if they suit your needs. But before you decide, have you ever heard yourself ask any of these questions? What are these strange marks on my document? How can I get this document back to a normal view? If this screen is gone, how do I get it back? If you have ever heard yourself ask any such questions, then you are in the right place. This module is designed to answer these and other common Microsoft Word issues. During this module, you'll identify the components of the Microsoft Word interface. Try different ways to create and edit a Word document. Get help in Microsoft Word. Format text and paragraphs. Adjust the views of documents. Check the spelling and grammar in a document. And use some other proofing tools. These are some of the core skills that will help you, whatever type of work you need to do in Word. Microsoft Word is Office software, and it has many interface elements that you may be familiar with from other applications you've used. This lesson will ensure you are familiar with the basic methods of using Word's interface and will introduce you to operating that interface to better work with Word documents. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify the components of the Microsoft Word interface and create a Word document. Microsoft Word is a powerful, easy-to-use word processor. Many people worldwide use it each day to create reports, letters, memos, and many other types of documents. If you have used earlier versions of Microsoft Word or programs such as Pages or OpenOffice Writer, then you may already be familiar with some of Word's features. Whether you have used Word before or are just starting now, don't worry, we'll go through everything you need to know. Before you know it, you'll be a confident Word user. Microsoft Word is available through the subscription-based Office 365 service. Using Word, you will be able to create many different types of documents. The documents you create can contain tables, charts, shapes, photos, videos, and much more. Best of all, Word's interface is intuitive and customizable, so the features that are most important to the way you work are easily accessible. The files that you will create with Microsoft Word are called documents. Each document is composed of one or more pages. Since these documents are electronic files, they can be easily saved, modified, shared, and printed. Let's explore how you can start with Word documents. When you launch Microsoft Word, you get the Start screen. From the Start screen, you can click on the type of document that you would like to create. If you choose to begin by using a blank document, the Word window immediately opens and you are ready to begin work on your document. Essentially, this is like opening your writing pad to a blank sheet of paper. Starting blank is not for all of us. If you choose another type of document, it may come with more content. Some of these other document types may display a description or prompt you to type in setup data, such as dates or locations. When you click Create, the Word document window appears, displaying your chosen document type. Normally, the Word Start screen appears anytime you start Word. It can be turned on or off in the Options menu. If you want to access similar commands during a Word session, just select File menu and the Home area is displayed. Let's begin exploring what is on your screen when you use Microsoft Word. This will give you an overview of everything in the Word UI or user interface so that you can start to identify the main areas. It may also help to get you familiar with some of the common terminology that is used whenever Microsoft Word areas, features, and components are mentioned. There are several different details displayed on the title bar. The name of the opened file is shown. You may also see more information about the file, for example, if it is open in read-only mode or has been opened from the internet, the last time it was saved, and so forth. In the middle of the title bar is the search box, allowing you to locate files, data in your document, or even specific Word commands. To the right of the title bar, you will see the display name and profile picture or icon of the registered user of Microsoft Word. You can manage your Microsoft account from here. Using the set of icons in the top right-hand corner of the screen, you change how the ribbon is displayed, minimize the window, maximize or restore the window, or close the current document. As the name implies, the Quick Access toolbar gives you immediate, convenient access to frequently used commands. The toolbar holds only a few commands by default, but is completely customizable, allowing new buttons to be added and facilitating adjustment of the bar position. Groups of like commands are organized under tab names. You click a tab to view the command that it contains. Then you can choose a command from that tab, move to a different tab, or move to the Home tab to access the more common commands. The area that displays the tab names and their commands is known as the ribbon interface, or just the ribbon. I could really have started to show you this first, because this is the main place you go to begin using any word feature you need. As we explore the ribbon, you may notice that some of the commands might be grayed out. This is because those commands are only usable in certain situations. The grayed out look indicates that right now the command is not available. Of course, you won't always be looking at a ribbon and choosing commands. Most of us are concerned mainly with the content we are working with. The area of the opened file that your content is in is known as the working area. If the Word document spans more than one screen, you can use a vertical scroll bar to move through its pages. With other views, you may also see a horizontal scroll bar. The status bar displays information about the document. The page and word count are on the left-hand side. You may also get spell checking, proofing and macro commands here, depending on your current task. On the right-hand side, there are commands to change views and zoom the document. Word 365 also has a different type of tab called a contextual tab. These are special tabs that only appear when you are working with a specific object or group of information. For instance, the Picture tab is a contextual tab. Selecting an image in your document causes the Picture tab to appear. You can collapse the ribbon using this icon or by using the Control function key 1 shortcut. You might do this to have more screen space to view your document content. While the ribbon is collapsed, clicking any tab name will temporarily expand it so that you can choose a command. You can permanently expand the ribbon again using the same icon or Control function key 1 shortcut. Change the ribbon display by clicking the arrow icon in the top right-hand corner of the Microsoft Word screen. Each option here has a description of how the ribbon will look. Just click your chosen option to display the ribbon in that view. If you change your mind, display the ribbon in one of the other views at any time by clicking the arrow icon again. Within a tab, some groups feature an option button beside the group name. Click this button to open a dialog box or task pane with more specific controls relating to this group and other commands in the tab. If the screen tip option is turned on, when you mouse over a command, you will see the command name in a screen tip pop-up. The screen tips include a short description and sometimes give a keyboard shortcut. The File tab operates a bit differently to the other tabs. When File is clicked, it opens a special screen called Backstage View. Here's a quick summary of all the Backstage items. New. You've seen this in a previous lesson. It creates a new document from a template. Use Open to open a document from your OneDrive account, your computer or any other location to which you have access. Info shows metadata about the document. The Save command will update the current file with any changes made since it was last saved. If the file has not been saved, the command will be the Save As command, so that you can give your document a save name and save. In Print, you can browse your document in Print Preview, as it would look if it were printed. Select which pages to print and change settings such as paper size, margins and more. Use Share to share this document to the cloud or send it to others by email. Export is used to save the document as a PDF or XPS file or a different file type. Close closes the current document. Account will let you modify your Microsoft account settings. Feedback opens the Windows Feedback tool and Options opens the Word Options dialog box. To close Backstage View without choosing any option, click the back arrow at the top of the menu. Some of Microsoft Word's commands are also displayed using task panes. For example, if you click the Option button in the Clipboard group on the Home tab, you will see the appropriate task pane. This task pane works much like a dialog box in that it contains additional commands for the option on which you clicked. You can also click and drag the task pane title bar to move it around the window. And this title bar has one more useful option. You can use the commands in the task pane's top right corner to modify its display, use the drop-down arrow, or close it entirely with the X button. One final item to check out is Galleries. Many of Microsoft Word's design options are presented in an item called Galleries. For example, on the Home tab, you can see a gallery of styles. You can click one of these styles to apply it to your text. For any gallery, use the arrows on the right-hand side to scroll through the gallery and see more options. Or click the More arrow to see the full gallery. That's your quick tour of the Word user interface. So now you know what each piece of the screen is called and what it is used for. Obviously, this was just a fast visit, and later you will get a chance to become more familiar with the key areas and main commands. You've explored the Microsoft Word interface, and you even had a chance to create a simple document in the reading exercise. Now we will go through the basic steps of creating, typing, saving and printing a Microsoft Word document. We'll create a blank document and check out the default typing options. Formatting marks exist in every document and will display and hide them. You're going to want to secure your work by saving, and you sometimes need to preview and print a document. First, let's get something to work with by creating a blank document. To create a new document, click File and New, then click Blank Document. The Word window opens and you are ready to begin work on your document. You could instead use the Ctrl-N shortcut. Using the shortcut causes a blank new document to immediately open, ready for you to work with. When a document is opened, you can begin typing content into it. And typing is something you often do in your word processing sessions, so let's clarify some of Word's default typing options. These are default behaviours that are intended to make creating documents easier. They include word wrap, autocorrect, checking spelling and grammar as you type, and the on-screen keyboard. With word wrap, when you reach the end of a line, Word automatically moves to the next line without creating a paragraph or line break. Word's autocorrect feature will automatically correct certain text as you type, including symbols, common typos and capitalization. By default, the Check Spelling and Grammar as you type option is on, and Word will mark spelling and grammar errors, including contextual spelling errors, as you type. Those errors are indicated by red and blue underlines. You can right-click any identified error to see the suggestions for resolving it. The on-screen keyboard. If you are using a device such as a tablet that does not have a keyboard, you can display the on-screen keyboard by tapping your finger or stylus once in the working area of your document. You can use this on-screen keyboard just like a regular keyboard, except you tap the on-screen keys. By default, pressing the Insert key on your keyboard will not toggle overtype mode on or off, as it did in previous versions, which means that there is less risk of overtyping your text by mistake. These symbols and characters, called formatting marks, are hidden by default. To show these marks, click the Show Hide command in the Paragraph group of the Home tab, or use the Ctrl, Shift and 8 shortcut. This makes all of the formatting marks in your document appear. Notice how spaces appear as a dot between each word, and the paragraph symbol appears at the end of each paragraph, wherever the Enter key was pressed. One of the formatting marks that you might like to pay particular attention to is the line breaks mark. Line breaks are similar to a manual return on an old typewriter. They create a new line while retaining the formatting from the previous line. Because of this, they are often used for titles. A problem can appear when users press the Enter key or spacebar too often. That can distort the appearance of your content. Viewing these hidden marks can make it easier to remove blank spaces and paragraphs in your document. This tidy-up operation improves its appearance as well as its accessibility. Now that your content is inserted and is laid out nice and tidy, it's time to check out the Save options. To save a file for the first time, you click the Save icon on the Quick Access toolbar, press Ctrl-S, click File, Save, or click File, Save As. Any of these options will open the Save As dialog. On the left-hand side, choose the location to which you want to save. Notice that you have quick access to your PC, as well as locations connected to your Microsoft account. Then click the specific folder in which to place the document. You can now specify the file name and type it at the top of the folder list and click Save to complete the process. To manually choose a location using the classic Save As dialog box from previous versions of Word, click Browse. Word also has an autosave ability. If you're working with a OneDrive or SharePoint document, your changes will automatically be synced to the cloud. You can toggle this option on or off via the Quick Access toolbar. If the file is stored on your local PC, Microsoft Word will save and auto-recover file every 10 minutes. You can change this option by clicking File Options, choosing the Save category and modifying the appropriate setting. Notice that the online autosave feature can also be enabled or disabled here. You've saved your document, and if it is saved to a cloud location such as OneDrive, you can quickly share it using the Share command near the top right-hand corner of the ribbon interface, or using File and Share. Sharing brings up the Send Link dialog box. Here's an overview of the Send Link dialog box's commands. Click this item to set permissions. Enter the recipient's email address and a message to them. Click Send to complete the process. Alternatively, you can use these commands to copy a link to the file or use Outlook to send an email message. Once you click Send, your document will be shared and you'll be returned to the main Word window. For when you need a hard copy of your document, there is the Preview and Print options. The Microsoft Word printing options are all in one convenient location. So to preview or to print your document, click File, Print, or press Ctrl-P. The print category of the Backstage view will show, giving you a preview of your document and a pane of printing options. Navigate through the pages of the preview using the arrows, or control the zoom level using the commands on the right-hand corner of the screen. In the left-hand pane of the print category is the Print command. This will tell your computer to print this document. Next to it is the Copies field, where you can choose the number of copies you want printed. Below these options is the Printer drop-down command that you use to select what printer to print out on. Finally, the Settings section allows you to choose the page range to print, page orientation, paper size, margins, and other items. That is a typical working session in Microsoft Word, creating documents, typing, formatting, saving, and printing your work. You'll get a more in-depth treatment of all of these areas during your course. Microsoft Word provides hundreds of pre-designed documents called templates. A template is used to create letters, brochures, reports, and other types of documents. The primary purpose of Word templates is to provide a method of laying out content to save you time and help you keep your documents consistent. Templates can be used to retain settings you commonly adjust, such as margins or tabs, and they can store items you insert frequently, such as pieces of text, dates, names, and so forth. You'll be learning more about all those features as you work through the course. For now, you'll concentrate on the use of templates in Word, create documents using a template, and locate templates stored on your computer. Let's consider how Word templates could help Grace Lopez. Grace has been working for Westcal Publishing for 12 years. During this time, she's been a member of the Fulfillment Centre supporting online customers. Her word processing skills are at a basic high school level, and she frequently uses Word to create and edit basic documents. Today, she needs to produce a document for her team meeting. It needs to show the meeting agenda along with some other details. More importantly, it needs to look really good. The document design needs to reflect the company identity and present the meeting information in an attractive, easy-to-view format. By using a Word template, Grace can get a professional designed document instantly created. It's easy to replace areas of this document with your own information, giving you a completed file in minutes, not hours. In this lesson, we will learn all about this useful template feature. A Word template can contain pre-formatted styles, graphics, objects, and sample text. Microsoft Word templates are saved as .x files. For instance, a template file name might be report.dotx. This type of file format means that they can be reused without overwriting the template contents. You can use a template many times to create new documents, and it will never change, always producing a predictable, consistent document layout and style. Microsoft Word uses two main types of template. The templates that we will interact with are called document templates, and they focus on the formatting and layout of a particular file. Microsoft Word also uses a template called normal.dotm to remember settings such as your default font size, program options, and more. Many templates feature content controls. These are placeholders that include important document information or make it easy for you to insert content into them later. For example, this date placeholder allows us to easily choose what year to display. Let's go and take the steps needed to create a document from a Word template. To create a document from a template, click File, New. With the new category displayed, you will see a list of templates in the middle pane. There is also a search box with suggested search links at the top of the window where you can search for templates online. There can be an overwhelming number of templates displayed, and it might take you a while to make your choice. To begin storing your favorite templates, when you see a template that you like, mouse over it and click the pin icon to keep it at the top of the templates displayed in the new category. You can always click this icon again to unpin ones you have grown tired of. To create a document from any template, simply click its thumbnail. With any template, except for the blank document one, you will then see additional information about the template. Let's say the description was not what you expected when you clicked the template. In that case, you can click the left or right arrows to preview different templates. Whenever you have your desired template, just click Create. The template will download and open as a Word document, ready for you to edit. Templates that you've saved to your computer are known as personal templates. To view those templates, click the Personal link. Templates stored in your user account will be displayed. If no templates are available, this tab will not be shown. These templates work like the ones we've already seen. Just click the desired file to create a new document from it. On your computer, to locate your personal template files, check the template storage locations. Your personal templates are typically saved in C:\users\your username /documents/custom office templates. Templates that are included with Microsoft Word or that have been downloaded locally are saved in C:\users\your username /appdata /roaming/Microsoft/template. Okay, that's us done for now with Word templates. Enjoy creating those documents. This lesson introduced you to some of Microsoft Word's core concepts. You explored the key user interface areas to give you a better idea of where to locate items on screen and what to call them. In addition, you experienced document creation using a blank template and with more content-rich templates. You also learned the important tasks of how to create, view, save, and print documents. This lesson covers two key areas: Word's options for getting help and the different ways you can view your document. There is no need to tell you how important the help feature is. We all need to research something new we need to do in Word, or even remind ourselves of commands we've not used in a while. Word has several ways you can get help. You'll be able to check which one works best for you. You are always looking at documents when you are working in Word, and all documents are not the same. You might be dealing with a report or a sales quotation or many other types of document. And you may have documents on screen for many different reasons. For instance, you may be editing, formatting, reading, or proofing. This lesson will help you find the best views for all the different work you do in Word. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to operate the Help search feature, navigate the Help tab, access advanced help options, and use document views. By now you may have noticed that Microsoft Word has a lot of features and commands, and you've only examined a small portion of what it can do. No matter how many books you read or how many courses you take, it's virtually impossible to memorize everything. Luckily, you don't have to. Word comes with a few different help tools so that you can quickly find answers when you have a question. You might be surprised that we're starting with a box called Search instead of Help. The Search feature is the quickest way to get help in Word. It includes a natural language feature powered by AI. Many users now find this the quickest way to locate the help they need. It is a clever innovation, providing more than just basic help. Depending on what you search for, the drop-down may contain several sections, such as Actions, Find in Document, People, and Files. If you were trying to locate a member of your team, you would now be checking the People section. If you had mislaid one of your files, you'd be looking in the Files section, and so on. Of course, when you are looking for help, you'll be checking these sections that may appear: Actions, Best Actions, and Get Help On. The Get Help On section will open the Help task pane with further instructions. However, the Action section contains actual Word commands. Clicking an item here will give you direct access to the command. To seek help using the search box, you type your question in the search box on the title bar. You can enter a word, a phrase, or a full sentence. As you type, you will see various links appear in the drop-down. These are items that are detected as being related to your question. One of the tabs on the Microsoft Word ribbon is named Help. The Help tab has a number of help-related commands. Help opens the start page of the Help task pane. Contact Support opens the Help task pane showing a support contact form. Feedback opens a feedback pane. Show Training opens the Help task pane displaying training links. And What's New opens a pane showing any recent updates that have been made to Word and any new features that are now available. What we have mentioned so far are all methods of accessing help. Clicking a result from a search or a command from the Help tab activates the Help task pane, where you get the actual help content. You can also use the function Key 1 shortcut to open the Help task pane. In the Help task pane, you can search for a help term, click a category to see common help topics and browse the recommended topics. Let's see just how helpful all these help features are. Word has several help tools to quickly get you the answers you need. Right on top here in the title bar is the search box. Or in certain views, it may look like this. When you click the search symbol, the box will expand. You used document templates in a previous lesson. Let's see what help we can get from Word on this topic. You click into the search box and type in the word template. Because the search box has more functionality than just help, you may get different sections in your results depending on what you searched for. These are the 3 items Help Search has returned. Click any result to see the help for it. The help is shown in the Help task pane. In this example, you search for the single word template. You could have searched for the plural templates, the full term document template, or even the sentence, how do I use templates? Potentially different search words will return different results. If you don't see the help you need, try altering your search phrase. And don't be afraid to enter a complete sentence describing what you're looking for. While there are several routes in Word to obtain help, most of them end up here in the task pane. So let's highlight a few features of using this Help task pane. Click the back arrow to return to a previous result in the Help task pane, or click Home to get back to the beginning of the help screen. Search for a help term here. Click a category to see common help topics. Search results or category contents will be displayed here as tiles. Click a tile to view more information. Like other task panes, you can modify this task pane using the drop-down arrow, and when you are finished reading help on templates, close the Help task pane with the X. Moving now to the Help tab on the ribbon. Help opens the start page of the Help task pane. This is the task pane you saw earlier. You can search it or browse through the topics shown. Contact Support opens the Help task pane showing a Microsoft Technical Support contact box. Feedback opens a task pane where you can provide Microsoft with instant feedback on your experience in Word. Show Training opens the Help task pane to training links. You can click through on these links to access short video training guides. And What's New opens a What's New pane showing recent Word updates. There might be a new feature that is just right for you. Finally, let's just mention that the traditional key press for software help is still active and works in Word. Whenever pressed, the function Key 1 will pop out the Help task pane. Those are the various ways you can access help in Word 365. Use one whenever you have a query, but also just use the help as a general purpose learning resource. Browse it or click categories that interest you. It is such a valuable store of information, tips and tricks. From the View tab in Microsoft Word, you can view your document in different ways. This is particularly useful when you are working with different types of documents. You can change zoom levels, work with multiple documents, even control page movement. In addition, in this lesson, you'll engage with Word's protected view and the Welcome Back bookmark. Grace Lopez wants to progress in Westgal Publishing and is now helping out in the editorial side of the business. It's the role that she really wants to work in. She is now seeing a bigger variety of documents in different environments. The View tab in Microsoft Word offers her the tools she needs to view and use documents in different ways. You will find these tools particularly useful whenever you are working with different types of documents. When you open documents from potentially dangerous locations, such as the internet, Microsoft Word will open that file in a special mode called Protected View. This prevents malicious content from running, helping to protect your computer system. If you trust the file, you can enable editing on the message bar to begin working with it. Otherwise, you can choose to close the file to avoid any risk. This feature can be customized by clicking the Trust Center button in the Trust Center category of the Word Options dialog box. Each time a document is reopened, Microsoft Word automatically offers to take you to the last location of the cursor in that document. A super productivity feature that returns you to your last work point, ready to restart your editing. From the View tab, you can control how pages move. The default movement is vertical, meaning that as you scroll or page your contents, they will move up and down the screen. Switch to the side-to-side view and you can flip horizontally through your document pages, going left and right, like you might do with an ebook. You can view your documents in many different ways. There is no one-fits-all view. Explore the ones available to see what view suits your workload. The Views group of the View tab gives you access to different ways to view your document. All you have to do is to click the view you want and your document will immediately display in that way. Each view title is fairly self-explanatory. See your document in read mode, which shows it full screen, as it will appear on paper, print layout, as it will appear on the web, in an outline format, or in a draft format, which will show fewer features. The Read, Print and Web View commands are also available on the status bar. It's a good idea to adjust window placement to suit your workflow. Getting the layout that matches the work you are doing really improves your comfort and productivity. Use the Window group on the View tab to change how you view documents. Here you have commands to arrange single or multiple windows when you need to compare or edit multiple documents. All the document views we mentioned can be further adjusted by using Word's zoom tools. Zoom provides a magnification or reduction in the size of the page and its elements. It can be useful to zoom in and get a closer look so that you don't miss any errors, or to zoom out to get a better overview of a large part of your document. Use the zoom tools from the Zoom group on the View tab to zoom in and zoom out of the page. Remember that zooming has no effect on how your document will appear when printed, shared or posted online. It is simply an adjustment of your screen view. Let's now see examples of controlling the view of your document and check out Protected View and the Welcome Back bookmark. When you open documents from potentially dangerous locations, such as the internet, Microsoft Word will open that file in a special mode called Protected View. If you are not sure about a file, close it to avoid any infection or intrusion. If you trust the file, click Enable Editing on the message bar to begin working with it. If necessary, customize this feature by clicking the Trust Center Settings button in the Trust Center category of the Word Options dialog box. From the Trust Center dialog box, click the Protected View category to configure as desired. Here is a document that was edited before. When you reopen it, Word offers to take you to the last location of the cursor in that document. Simply click the bookmark to go to that location, ready to restart your editing. The default page movement is vertical. As you scroll, the contents move up and down the screen. In the View tab, you can change this default page movement to the side-to-side view. You are then able to flip horizontally through the pages. The scroll goes left and right, not up and down. Here is a document that is composed entirely of text. This might be a contract or other legal document. But this other document has text, graphics tables and other visual elements. Let's check how documents look in different Word views. Here is the contract document in print layout view. This is a pretty commonly used view and it does suit many document types. But outline view might be a better way to work with this content. A double click on this plus sign will collapse the headings under it and only display the top level title. And for some intense editing sessions, switch to draft view. Here you can concentrate on the text content and not be distracted too much by cosmetic elements. For a document with more visual elements, try viewing it in Read View. Read mode adjusts the document according to your screen size. This applies to all the content, including the text, images, videos, tables, and so forth. As you page through the document, notice that Read mode scrolls horizontally rather than vertically in the other views. Let's take this back to the print layout view. By the way, if you like the horizontal scrolling you saw in Read View, remember you saw earlier that you can set it as default for all views using the page movement section of the View tab. No matter what view the document is in, the zoom tools from the Zoom group on the View tab can always be used to zoom in and zoom out of the page. Or you can use the status bar controls to zoom into the text. Now you can have a closer look or share the screen with a group of people. For this document, let's zoom out and get a better look at the overall layout. This time we'll use Zoom from the View menu and choose the preset of one page. Now it's easy to judge the page layout. Several Zoom presets are available in the View tab, or you can access them by clicking the percentage value on the status bar. Many of our day-to-day tasks require us to have several documents opened at the same time. The window group on the View tab is how you change your view of multiple documents. Let's check what each of these can do. I have 3 documents opened. I know a lot of users switch between each document using the Windows taskbar. This is a common approach that works for most of us. This Switch Windows command also allows you to switch between open Word documents. For when I want to see all my documents together, Arrange All arranges all open windows so they can all be viewed at once. You can still click into each window and do your editing or browsing. To return a document to single full window view, click the Maximize button. View 2 documents side by side for easy comparison. When in side-by-side view, your document scrolling is synchronized. Moving in one document is mirrored in the other. This is often just what you need when comparing. But to scroll each document independently, just click the Synchronize Scrolling command. It's a toggle button. This same command switches synchronized scrolling on or off. You can still bring back either of your documents to full window view, and if you are still comparing 2 documents side by side, this command resets the original window position you had for your comparison. Press the View Side by Side command again to exit this view. That's comparing 2 different documents. How about comparing 2 parts of the same document? That is possible in a number of ways. You can do it right here with the Split command. Move the mouse pointer and click into each split to edit or browse. When you are finished, you can remove the split. There is another method you might like to try for document comparison, the New Window command. This creates a new window that also shows the current document. Each window can be managed separately. Any changes made to the document will be reflected in all windows. This might be especially useful to those using a multi-monitor computer system. You could place each document window on a different screen for easy comparison. You lose the synchronized scrolling with this method, so if that's what you need, use the Split Window command. Close any one of the document windows to return to a single view. Okay, that's the end of our tour of the different document views. Check out the views with your own documents to see what works best for you. Don't forget to start using the Welcome Back bookmark shortcut with all your reopened documents. And take care you don't allow any of those protected ones through by mistake. In this lesson, we looked at 2 key areas: Word's options for getting help and the different ways you can view your document. Word has several ways you can get help. You'll now be able to use the Help task pane, search, or the Help method of your choice to check new Word commands or remind yourself of those little commands you've forgotten. Whether you are editing, formatting, reading, comparing, or proofing, there is a document view to help you work the way you want to. Explore document views and zoom choices to get the screen layout you need. As you begin to do more work in your documents, and especially with longer documents, you're going to need tools to locate your text and work with it. In this lesson, we will introduce you to the way to work with Microsoft Word's basic navigation and editing tools. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to navigate using the scroll bars, use your keyboard to navigate through a document, and use a variety of methods to select text. At Westcal Publishing, Grace has been promoted to work alongside the assistant editor. To help her boss, she needs to begin working with much longer documents than she has used before this. Grace will need to know the best ways to find and work with text. Microsoft Word's basic navigation and editing tools will help her to locate and modify her content. Scroll bars are included in Microsoft Word. They're a common application element, and you may have used them in other applications. They work in a similar way here. The vertical scroll bar is on the right of your screen. You may also have a horizontal one at the bottom of your screen, just above the status bar. The horizontal one here, for instance, displays if you are zoomed in on your document and need to move left and right to view its full width. A scroll bar has this shaded shaft area with an arrow button at each end and a scroll box, sometimes called a thumb, between the arrow buttons. The full scroll bar length here represents the overall length of your document. The scroll box represents the portion of the object that is visible right now. There's a few ways to use the scroll bars to navigate your document. Use the arrow buttons, clicking once or holding down your primary mouse button. Drag the scroll box up or down. And you can also click in any part of the scroll bar shaded area to move to that part of the document. A click of your secondary mouse button anywhere on the scroll bar gets you a shortcut menu of navigation choices. One small note of caution: when you use the scroll bar, it displays a different part of your document, but it does not move your editing cursor. To edit, you need to move the mouse pointer to the place you want to adjust and then click to relocate the cursor to your required editing point. Some users find that using an external keyboard for navigation helps them work more efficiently. For users who have mobility or vision issues, keyboard operations can be an essential alternative to using a mouse. In further resources at the end of this module, there is a document with a link to full guidance on using the keyboard to navigate in a Word document. For now, let's just mention a few essential keyboard keys that you can use to navigate easily and quickly. Page up goes up one page. Page down goes down one page. Home goes to the beginning of a document. And end goes to the end of a line. You can also use the Control key with the Home key to go to the very beginning of a document, or use the Control and End keys to go to the very end. Many Word editing operations are best done by a select and do process. That is to say, you first select some content, then you indicate what command you want to use. Word applies the command to that section you had selected. Other parts of your content remain unchanged. To illustrate this, here the second sentence of the paragraph is selected. Pressing delete erases that sentence but leaves the rest of the text untouched. We'll explore these methods of selecting. Selecting text with the mouse, selecting text with the keyboard, and selecting text and objects using the Home tab. Most often you will select text using your mouse or other pointing device. You click and drag with your mouse to select text. When text is selected, the text appears highlighted. Remember, when text is selected, any changes you make will be applied to the entire selection. Let's talk about selecting text with the keyboard. Depending on how you work and what you work at, selecting text with the keyboard can be a faster method than using the mouse. Certainly, if you are typing a lot, it is great to be able to keep your hands on the keyboard and not have to move one off to use the mouse. Most of these keyboard commands involve using the keys found in the middle section of many keyboards: Home, End, and the 4 arrow keys. In further resources at the end of this module, there is a complete description of using the keyboard to select in Word. You can also use the editing group on the Home tab to select text and objects. Click the Select button and then click what you want to select. You can choose to select all the text in the document or select text with similar formatting. Use the Select Objects command to select images, charts, and other objects. The final command, Selection pane, will open a task pane. This selection task pane has a list of objects that you can select. Okay, let's see how to use some of those features. This is a document opened on page 1 of 4 pages. The number of pages is shown here on your status bar. The easiest way to move around is to use your scroll bar. If you do not see a scroll bar, it means you are not actively working in this document. To make the scroll bar appear, just click once anywhere in your document. Clicking and dragging the scroll bar tab will move you up and down through the document. To get a slower, slightly more controlled movement, use the arrow keys at the top and bottom of the scroll bar. The final way to use the scroll bar is to click any part of the shaft area. Clicking here moves you towards the top or bottom of your document. If you prefer moving by using the keyboard, the page up key on your keyboard goes up one page, and page down, down one page. Pressing the Home key brings you quickly to the beginning of a line, and pressing the End key jumps to the end of a line. To very quickly go to the beginning of a document, use the Control key with the Home key. That is, hold down the Control key and press the Home key. Let both keys go when you get to your destination. To get right to the very end of a document, you press Control and End. We've spoken of the importance of selecting in Word, primarily because most commands work on the select and do basis. When selecting, often it's text that you want to select. The easiest way to select text is simply to click and drag with your mouse. That is, click and hold down the mouse button, drag your mouse across the text you want to select, and when you get to the end of your text, release the mouse button. Selected text will appear highlighted, and remember, while highlighted, any changes you make will be applied to the selection. For instance, pressing the Delete key will erase the selected text. Or here, with this word best selected, typing the word new replaces the selection. That's a quick way to replace text. With the click and drag selection method, you can select at any level of text: letter, word, phrase, paragraph, page, or other parts. Let's select some text using the keyboard, which can often be faster than using the mouse. With the cursor at the beginning of this word, power, hold down the keyboard Shift key and press the right arrow key. Continue to press until the word is highlighted. Use this Shift key method with any other direction keys to select as much text as you wish, selecting down, up, left, or right. There are many other keyboard shortcuts and keys you can use, such as select the entire document with Ctrl-A. You can access a full list of all keyboard shortcuts from the Further Resources item at the end of this module. Here on the Home tab, you can use the Editing group to select text and objects. Click Select and then click what you want to select. The first option, Select All, selects the entire document, as we just did with Ctrl-A. The third option, Select Text with Formatting, will select all text in the document with formatting similar to where your cursor is. Use the Select Objects command to select images, charts, and other elements. And the final command, Selection Pane, opens a task pane with a list of objects that you can select. If you have content selected and you prefer now to have nothing selected, to deselect, just click anywhere outside of your selection. Word has many ways to navigate your document and to select text. Choose the ones that suit the way you work. Use the mouse, keyboard shortcuts, or ribbon commands. And remember, you can apply these commands to a single character, a line, a paragraph, in fact to any level of text, including the entire document. One of Microsoft Word's key features is its options for editing text. In this topic, you will learn about Word's basic editing features, including the Office clipboard, undo, and redo. You don't always get your documents right first time. Sometimes you need to reorder parts of your work. There are several ways to move text around in a Microsoft Word document. The easiest method is drag and drop. To use the drag and drop method, you select the text and drag the text to where you want it to be. You can also use the cut, copy, and paste commands to move text around. Cutting and copying place the text on the clipboard, which we will cover in a moment. Pasting text involves putting that text somewhere else. You should cut text when you want to move it from one location to another, or when you want to remove that text you may need later. To cut text, select the text first. Then choose a cut command. Use the copy command when you want to copy text from one location to another. First, select the text you want to copy, then click the Copy button in the Home tab. You can also right-click on the text and click Copy, or use the Ctrl-C shortcut. It may not look like anything has happened, but your text has been copied to the clipboard. When you have cut or copied your text, you can paste it anywhere you want. Just click in the spot where you want the text to appear and click the Paste button on the Home tab. You can also right-click in the target location and click one of the paste commands on the right-click menu. Or if you prefer using the keyboard, use the Ctrl-V shortcut. By default, paste will only insert the last item that was cut or copied. As a bonus, knowing the cut, copy, and paste keyboard shortcuts means you can also use them outside of Word. They are universal across nearly all Windows programs. The clipboard is where cut and copied text or objects are stored until they are pasted. Normally, it is an invisible area where you can store only one object at a time. However, if you open the Office clipboard, you can save up to 24 items at a time, see them and paste them as needed. For a paste instance, you can control how the paste operation works by clicking the drop-down arrow below the Paste command on the Home tab. Some other options you may encounter when pasting content are Keep source formatting. Keeps the formatting from the original text. Merge formatting. Changes the pasted text formatting to match that of the document. Keep text only. Changes the formatting of the pasted text back to the default font and size with no formatting. Paste special. Opens the Paste Special dialog box, which allows you to perform advanced pasting operations. And Set Default Paste. Opens the Word Options dialog box so that you can control how future paste operations work. The Undo command is on the Quick Access toolbar. This command lets you undo one previous action or several previous actions. Alternatively, you can use the Ctrl-Z shortcut. Undo can be a lifesaver. But before depending on it too much, remember that the Undo command is not always available. For example, you cannot undo saving a file. The redo or repeat command is next to the undo command on the quick access toolbar. When available, this command lets you undo one previous action or several previous actions. You can also use the Control Y shortcut. Let's move some text around in the document. The easiest method to use for this is drag and drop. To use the drag and drop method, first select the text. Release the mouse button, then click and hold your left mouse button on the selection. Now drag the text to where you want it. When you reach the new location, release the mouse button. Notice that the text has moved. Using the cut, copy and paste commands is another common way to reorganize text. To move text, you can use the cut and paste method. To cut text, select the text first. Then click the Cut button on the Home tab. You can also right-click the selected text and click Cut or use the Control X shortcut. The next step is to place your cursor at the location you want to paste the text. To paste, you can click the Paste button on the Home tab. You can also right-click and choose Paste or use the keyboard shortcut Control and V. Notice that the text is now relocated to its new position. That was the cut and paste method in action. Let's look at the copy and paste method now. The copy command works in a very similar way, except when completed, you have two copies of the selected text. As before, first select the text you want to copy. Choose the copy command. Place your cursor where you want the text to appear and paste your text. You have many paste options, such as click the Paste button on the Home tab, right-click and click the Paste command, or if you prefer, use the Control V shortcut. By default, paste will only insert the last item that was cut or copied, but you can continue to paste out that item as often as you like. The reason for this is when you cut or copy an element in a Word document, it is stored in an area known as the clipboard. The clipboard is an invisible area restricted to holding only one object at a time. However, you can open the Office clipboard with a click of the More button in the clipboard group on the Home tab. With Clipboard opened, you can now store up to 24 items at a time and paste them as needed. Every time you cut or copy an item, it automatically appears in the clipboard. You will also get a notification on your taskbar. And there will be an Office clipboard icon in your taskbar, which you can right-click for options. To paste an item from the clipboard, place your cursor in the document and click the item you want to paste from the clipboard task pane. You can right-click items or click the drop-down arrow on a clipboard item to view a context menu that allows you to paste or delete the item. There are also buttons named Paste All and Clear All at the top of the clipboard. The Options button at the bottom of the clipboard task pane offers some choices. You can turn these on or off to control how the clipboard operates. To close the clipboard, click the X icon at the top right of the panel. You can control how the paste operation works for each paste instance by clicking the drop-down arrow below the Paste command on the Home tab. Just after you execute a paste command, in the Paste Option button at the end of the pasted text, you'll also have these choices. Here you have the following options: Keep Source Formatting, Merge Formatting, Paste as Picture, and Keep Text Only. Choosing the Keep Text Only option, you can opt to paste only the text without any formatting. With the Paste Special option, you open a dialog box with even more choices, including pasting as an image. If you are not sure how you want your content pasted, why not try using the Live Preview? You'll get these previews automatically when you place your cursor over a paste option on the Paste drop-down command or the Paste Options menu. When the one you like is displayed, click that button. Have you ever made an error in your document? Not a big issue when you have the Undo command at your disposal. The Undo command is on the Quick Access toolbar. You can undo one previous action or several previous actions. If you're making many mistakes, you might want to memorize the keyboard shortcut, Control and Z. The Redo or Repeat command is next to the Undo command on the Quick Access toolbar. It is available if you have already used the Undo command. With this, you undo one previous action or several previous actions. And it can be operated by the Control and Y shortcut. Microsoft Word also has some great tools for locating text and other items within your document. You'll find two of these tools work for most of your location requirements. The Find tab of the Find and Replace dialog box offers many options for searching for words or phrases. And for longer documents, the navigation pane provides an easy-to-use roadmap. Let's put the navigation pane to work first. The navigation pane is not visible by default. It can be turned on using the View tab on the ribbon. Turn it on by clicking on Navigation pane in the View group. The navigation pane appears on the left side of the screen. At the top of the pane is the search bar where you type the keywords that you are looking for. Often you are searching for plain text, but you can click the drop-down arrow to access advanced find options or to find particular objects such as graphics and tables. Underneath this bar, there are three tabs: Headings, Pages, and Results. Use these tabs to view your document's roadmap in different ways, as well as to view a list of search results. The main part of the pane has the contents of the document using the specified view. The sample document has headings formatted using word styles. If you have not formatted using styles, the Headings tab of the navigation pane won't be of much use, since nothing will show up here. The main part of the pane has the contents of the document using a specified view. For instance, in the Pages tab, you see the pages of your document. Another way of searching your document is using the Find and Replace dialog box. From the Home tab of the ribbon, locate the Editing group. It will be toward the right of your screen. And then turn on Find and Replace by first clicking on the Find drop-down and then selecting Advanced Find. To use the Find tab of this dialog box, type what you are looking for and click Find Next. The next instance of the word is highlighted. To use the Replace tab, type what you are looking for and what you want it to be replaced by. To use the Go To tab, choose the item you are looking for from the left-hand side and enter the appropriate reference, such as a page number, in the right-hand side. Then click Go To. On both the Find and Replace tabs, there is a More command that gives options for refining the search. Click the More command to show a wealth of options for refining searches. Some commonly used options are matching the case of the text you are looking for, finding whole words only, and using wildcards. When Use Wildcards is ticked, you see this noted in the Options heading under the Find What box. There are several possible wildcards you can use. The most popular are the asterisk and the question mark symbols. Searching for the term TH asterisk will locate any text beginning with TH. The asterisk character is a wildcard that means any character or characters. For instance, TH asterisk will return words such as that, there, the, and theory. The question mark character is the other commonly used wildcard, and it means replace any single character. B LL finds ball, bell, and bill. Now to locate items in our document using the navigation pane and the Find and Replace dialog box. We'll display the navigation pane from the View tab of the ribbon. In the Show group, click the checkbox to turn on the navigation pane. The pane is now visible on the left side of the document. Because this document is formatted using Word's heading styles, you see the text of the headings and subheadings displayed here under the Headings tab. Clicking on an item such as the Chromosphere subheading jumps you to that point in the document. The Pages tab offers a different overview of the document. To more effectively navigate in this Pages view, you might like to expand the navigation pane. With the thumbnails of the pages displayed, you can better see where to navigate to next in the document. Click any page to go to it. To exit the navigation pane, use the Close button. While the navigation pane is a very easy and quick way to get around, there are times when you need to locate a more precise location. The Find command provides this. It is here in the Editing group of the Home tab. Yep, we are back at the navigation pane. Now in the Results tab, if the pane is opened, you can also just start your find from here without needing to go to the ribbon. Let's locate the planet Mercury in our document. Type Mercury into the search box. And the planet is found. There are 4 occurrences in the document. You can see the words highlighted in your text. Continue to type in the Find box to locate items. The searching proceeds as you type. The more you type, the narrower your search becomes. For example, the word 7 has 5 results, meaning it is found 5 times in the document. But you're not looking for 7. The phrase that you're trying to track down is about the planet Jupiter. It is 7 moons. Typing the phrase 7 moons returns 1 search result. There is a brief excerpt of all the text at the found location shown in the results. This excerpt can be a useful feature when you are doing a lot of searching. You can expand the find functionality by using it together with replace. Let's use this to locate and change the word energy. Energy is used several times in your document. You want to change this word and replace it with power. For instance, where you have the sun is the main source of energy for the earth, you would like to have the sun is the main source of power for the earth. Begin the replace command from the editing group on the Home tab. In Find What, you type energy, and in Replace with, power. With the dialog box buttons, you can cancel this operation, use the Find Next to just locate the next energy word, use Replace to change that one found instance. The button most often used, and the one you want right now, is Replace All. A confirmation message is displayed. Now all the energy words are gone. In their place is the word power. For more complicated searches, there is Advanced Find. You can access it directly from the editing group. Advanced Find allows you to search using the search wildcards. The editor has placed a few reference marks in the document. They all begin with the prefix R1. To locate each one of these manually would be a big task, a task you can accomplish with one command here in Advanced Find. Firstly, enable the More section. Select to use wildcards. Then in the Find What box, enter R1 asterisk. The asterisk stands for any character or characters. No matter what numbered reference is there, so long as it begins with R1, it will be found. For this search, take the choice to Highlight All. You've tracked down all of those references. We covered navigation techniques, text modification tools, undo, redo, cut, copy and paste, the Office clipboard and the Find and Replace dialog box. You should now be comfortable with moving through a document and making any necessary edits. You should also be able to use advanced find and replace operations involving wildcards. In this lesson, we looked at Microsoft Word's basic navigation and editing tools. I'm sure you'll find some of these useful in your work, especially when using longer documents. Now that you have the skills of searching wildcards and a comprehensive navigation system, you'll never lose anything again. Microsoft Word has tools to check your spelling and grammar. Going beyond this, you can get the readability score of your document to check how easy it will be for your audience to understand your content. Word also has some features you can use as research tools. This might be to look up online articles, synonyms, translations, and so forth. Many of the tools can be customized to suit your needs. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to check the spelling and grammar of a document and operate proofing tools such as the thesaurus and translator. Before printing, Westcal Publishing often works on the layout and design of a document for their clients. They tweak contents, add pieces, and even remove complete sections from a document. Their customers trust them to edit their content. So before a job moves from design to final printing, it is vital that Grace checks the documents for problems. It's up to her to ensure that no errors appear in the printed version. Microsoft Word has some great tools that will help Grace with this important part of her job. You have many Microsoft Word tools you can use to make sure your use of language in a document is correct. In this topic, you will learn how to run a spelling and grammar check. You will also learn how to perform a word count and check the readability score of a document. By default, Microsoft Word marks potential spelling and grammatical errors as you type. You don't need to run a command to show errors while you work. Possible spelling errors are marked with a red double underline, and possible grammatical errors are marked with a blue double underline. This automatic checking as you type includes contextual spelling errors, where you spell a word correctly but use it incorrectly. You may find that checking as you type gives you all the control you need for your spelling and grammar. Alternatively, you may feel that you prefer to run a final full spelling and grammar check. You can start this type of check by a click on Editor in the Review tab, or you can use a shortcut key, pressing Function key 7 on your keyboard. You will get the Editor task pane on the right of your screen with several tiles displayed. 2 of these list the spelling and grammar errors. While many common spelling and typing mistakes are detected by Microsoft Word, not all are. It is advisable to carefully proofread yourself and correct remaining issues manually. Word checks for spelling errors by comparing every word in your document against its dictionary. If a word is not in the dictionary, then it is considered incorrect. Of course, this might not always be the case. Microsoft Word does not get every spelling issue right every time. To improve checking, Word includes a customizable dictionary where you can add your own words. You may like to add in items that are correct but often get flagged as incorrect. Items such as proper names, brand names, location, and so forth. In the Word Options dialog box, click the Proofing category. Then click the Custom Dictionaries button. You can view this dictionary or add other custom dictionaries. In the Custom Dictionaries dialog, you can manage and modify all custom dictionaries. From here, you could, for instance, remove a word from Custom Dictionary. You might remove a word because it was added by accident to a dictionary. During your spell checking activities, if you use the Add to Dictionary option, your word is included here in a custom dictionary. Word automatically counts the number of words in your document and displays the total in the status bar at the bottom of the app. Clicking the word count statistic on the status bar brings up a word count dialog box. You can also review the word count and the number of pages and characters by going to Review Word Count. To get the word count for only part of your text, you just need to select the text concerned and its total will display on the status bar. The Editor pane also shows an editor score. This gives a readability statistic, where the higher your score, the better. You should first correct or ignore errors found in your document before consulting the editor score. There may be check marks or a number next to the item. A check mark means you have processed the errors in that section. When you have a number there, that shows how many issues were found and remain unrepaired. Click that number and the pane will transform into suggestions for replacement. At Westcal, Grace needs to quality check a document that has gone through a final round of editing. As part of the task, she will complete a thorough proofread. This includes running spelling and grammar checks and ensuring its content is under the maximum length of 300 words. The Check As You Type system already reveals some spelling and grammar errors. To correct any of these, you just click on the word or use the right mouse click method. When making these corrections, you can sometimes get a list of suggestions and can choose the replacement you need. Where you've looked at the suggestions and can't find a replacement that works for you, there are further options. With this word, clientela, Grace knows that it is correct. Even though it is marked as a possible misspelling here, that's because it's an ancient Latin word that is not included in Word's dictionary. The spell check suggests using the word clientele, but also provides the option to ignore all. Ignore all has the effect of not marking this word incorrect anywhere else in this document. Also, here is the More button. Clicking this reveals more choices. You would get this menu also if you had right-clicked on the word. You might sometimes need the Ignore choice. This ignores just this instance of the word clientela. If it appears elsewhere in this document, those words will remain marked as incorrect. Grace has other documents of this client, and that word may be present in those also. Right now, for Grace, the choice that will suit her workflow is to Add to Dictionary. Now the word is in the dictionary system, and it will not be marked as incorrect in this document or any other. The alternative to individually clicking each suspect word is to run a full document spelling and grammar check. Start this by a click on Editor in the Review tab, or you can use a shortcut key, pressing Function key 7 on your keyboard. The bar represents your document's 100% possible editor score. This is how much the document scores, and these are the 3 areas marked for improvement. Hover over any part of the bar to get more information, and click any part to begin processing all the suggestions. Return to the editor main screen at any time by using the back button. The 3 areas are also listed in the tiles below the bar. They are spelling, grammar, and refinements. A click on a tile begins processing its suggestions. Here you have the same choices and decisions you faced when clicking a suspect word, except now those options are presented in the editor pane. Once you've chosen how to manage each error, the next error will be shown. When all errors are addressed, the tile will show a tick mark informing you that the check is complete. Even after completing the editor checks, it's a good idea to carefully proofread yourself and correct remaining issues manually. Here we have a discrepancy between our headings. Notes and further information are in bold and are followed by a full colon, but the heading Scene Background has no colon and is not bold. Grace needs one final read-through to track down such issues. During your spell check, you added the word clientela to the dictionary. It is now included in a customizable dictionary. You may like to add in items that are correct but often get flagged as incorrect, such as product names, brand names, locations, and so forth. To view and edit a custom dictionary, click File Options. In the Word Options dialog box, click the Proofing category. Then click the Custom Dictionaries button. To see the content of a dictionary, select it and click Edit Word List. Our Latin word is added here. During any spell checking activities, if you use the Add to Dictionary option, your word would be included here in a custom dictionary. When you have finished viewing or editing the dictionary, use the OK or Cancel button to return to your document. Grace has one more task. That is to check the document word count, a total of 320 words. OK, Grace has just a few words to edit out. This is the longest paragraph. Perhaps this is a good place to start the work. When you select something, the status bar will show its word count. This paragraph has 101 words. Now you know how to use Word's main proofing tools. You can look forward to 100% correct spelling and grammar in all your documents. Microsoft Word also features research tools to look up information, such as online articles, synonyms, translations, and more. Let's look at how useful the thesaurus, translator, researcher, and search tools can be to your document edits. You'll also access the Research Options dialog box to customize it to your own requirements. You can open Word's thesaurus from the thesaurus command on the Review tab or with the shortcut key press of Shift and Function key 7. A thesaurus is a resource that displays lists of alternative words. It's most often used to locate synonyms, which are words that have the same or similar meanings. It also suggests antonyms, words with the opposite meanings. You can insert any word from the thesaurus suggestions to replace the word in your document. Word's ability with language extends even to translation. To translate a word or selected text, click Review Translate. Then you can choose to translate a selected word or phrase, or with Translate Document, convert the whole document into another language. In Translate Preferences, you can set the document translation languages and specify other translation options. To translate our selected text, click Translate Document. In the Translate pane, you can set the Translate to language. The Translate from language is automatically detected, in this case as English. In the Research group of the References tab, there is a search command. You might think this is just for locating content in your document. No, it has a much wider use, offering a variety of information about a selected word or phrase. The tiles in the search pane show an assortment of items related to save time, our selected phrase. Researcher is a feature that seems the same as search, but it provides some more advanced features. To start Researcher, click References Researcher. In the Researcher pane, you simply enter your search term and press Enter to get the results. Scroll through the returned results or use the headings to filter what is displayed. If you find the research tool a useful addition to the way you work, you might like to optimize it for your own particular requirements. Under File Options, click the Trust Center category and click the Trust Center Settings button. In the Privacy Options category, select the Research Options button. In the Research Options dialog box, you can customize available research services, add new services, and enable parental control filters. There may be specialist services that are important for your industry or area of study. In Add Services, you can include those sources. To add research services, click Add Services. Then select or type the internet address for the service you want in the address box. And finally, click Add. The service is automatically enabled for searching, and the next time you open the Research Task pane, matching items from your added service will be included in the results. To quickly use the thesaurus, right-click a word and choose Synonyms. If you want to replace the current word with a word in the list, just click it. Clicking the Thesaurus command at the end of the list will open the Thesaurus pane on the right of your document, as will the Thesaurus command on the Review tab. The list of words in the pane may display both synonyms and antonyms. Right-click a word to add it to the document. With the thesaurus pane, you can work independently of the words in your document. At the top of the task pane, you can enter a search term and press Enter to perform a search. The results of your search will be displayed in the main area of the task pane. You can click a word to search for it or right-click it for options. At the bottom of the task pane, you can choose the language you want to use. Like any other task pane, the thesaurus task pane can be resized or moved. When you have finished working with the pane, click the X to close it. If you like using the keyboard, use the shortcut key press of Shift plus F7 to launch the thesaurus. To translate a word or selected text, click Review Translate. Translate has three options. Translate Selection will open the Translator task pane, where you can translate a selected word or phrase. Translate Document will convert the whole document using machine translation. In Translate Preferences, you can set document translation language and specify translation options. Translate Selection opens the Translator task pane with your selected text present. Now you need to select the language to translate the text into. Let's choose French. The To tile of the pane displays the French translation. Insert replaces your selection in the document with the translated version. In the Research group of the Reference tab, the Search command offers you all kinds of information about a selected word or phrase. To begin, select the text you want to look up. Then click Search command on the References tab or use the right-click menu. The search pane opens. The first tile will normally be a definition of your selected item. Scroll down the pane to see more information or click the More drop-down to filter what's displayed. Choose All to display all tiles. The top box allows you to search for any word or phrase you care to type in. The Researcher feature is similar to Search but provides more advanced features. To start, click References, Researcher. The Researcher task pane will open. Enter your search term and press Enter. Scroll through the items in the pane or use the headings to filter. Insert any item into your document using the plus sign. When adding to your document, you may need to respond to a Creating Bibliography message. When using this feature, it is best practice to always add a citation to ensure correct attribution of quoted works. The topic reference has been added to your document, and there is also a bibliography with its source. To return to your search term, click the back arrow. If you need to further research your topic, why not check out the related search items listed here as what people have also searched for. This autofills the search box and refreshes the search results. The research tool is a powerful study or exploration device. To optimize it for your needs, use File Options to open the Word Options dialog box. Then click the Trust Center category and click the Trust Center Settings button. The Trust Center dialog box opens. Then click the Privacy Options category and click the Research Options button. The Research Options dialog box opens. Using this dialog box, you can customize available research services, add new services, and enable parental control filters. Now you know how to use Thesaurus, Search, and Research to enhance your creativity and documentation skills. In this lesson, you learned about some of the tools to use when proofing documents. They include spell check, the thesaurus, the translator, and word count. You also learned about the Researcher, Search, and the Research Options dialog box, a collection of tools enabling you to do extensive research while staying right inside the documents you are working on. You've reached the end of this module. During these lessons, you've discovered new ways to use Word and work with your content. Let's recap on what you've learned. In this module, you began your Word journey by exploring the Microsoft Word interface and trying different ways to create and edit a Word document. You sought help in Microsoft Word in a few different ways so that you will always be able to consult assistance for whatever you need to do in Word. You also learned the important day-to-day activities of how to format text and paragraphs, adjust the view of documents, check the spelling and grammar in a document, and use some other proofing tools. And finally, you covered some of the core skills that you need for all the work you do in Word, such as being able to save, share, and print. Great work on this module. Hope you're looking forward to what we have ready for you in the next modules. See you there.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope you found it helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, please share it with them. We would love to hear your thoughts on this learning course, so please leave a comment below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.